Which statement sounds more like you? I'm healthy? Or I'm a fat, lazy, good for nothing? Well, unfortunately, if this quote sounds more like you, then it's safe to say that is the root problem. Because if you see yourself as someone who's fat, who's lazy, who's a good for nothing, you're going to take action that's in alignment with that identity. You're going to naturally eat junk food. You're going to naturally miss out on workouts. You're naturally not going to exercise. And you're naturally just going to lounge around and do nothing. Because that's how you see yourself. But good news for you, I used to be the same way. And now I've fixed that for myself. I see myself more as a healthy person now. And it's safe to say that in and of itself fixed all of my health problems and allowed me to be in pretty damn good shape. So, and that's what this video is, helping you understand identity and how you can go from that identity to that one and effortlessly make the changes that you want to make. First off, identity and self-image, that's a bit of a woo-woo intangible concept. So I'm going to help you understand what that actually is, what that looks like, and how you can actually change it. Here's a movie analogy. I want you to think of identity like you're an actor in a movie. So your identity is the role you think that you're supposed to play. So picture this in your own mind. You have been cast as a shy guy, or as a fat guy, or as a failure. But deep down, you want to play another character. You want to play the fit guy. You want to play the healthy, the successful guy. But the role that you've been given is the shy guy. It's the failure. And to change your identity is to rewrite the entire script. It's to change yourself from shy guy, the failure, the fat guy, to the more healthy, successful, fit guy. It's literally just changing out your role. It's as simple as that. Or there's another way to describe it. Don't mind my shit drawing, but so picture your identity as, say, this is meant to be a puppet master, and then you yourself are the puppet. So you're being stringed along by the puppet master, and all of your actions are being filtered through and controlled by the puppet master, which is the identity. The identity, the way you see yourself, controls everything. It controls your actions, because if you see yourself as the type of person that is fat, you're going to act in alignment with that. The fat identity is going to control you to act in a fat way. So hopefully that diagram helped a little bit. But yeah, your identity is the puppet master, you're the puppet, and you're being controlled by your identity. Next point, so out of two people, who do you think is going to be more successful at losing weight? One person sees himself as a fat loser who has tried to lose weight in the past but just can't, and maybe it's just not for them. They're not the type of person that can. Or the other person who already sees himself as a healthy person. He sees himself as the type of person that can get fit in the next 6 months. Oh, it's basically guaranteed. I'm already healthy. And he already takes steps and actions that proves he is a healthy person. Who do you think is going to get more results? The person that sees himself as fat, or the person that sees himself as healthy? And this is all happening in the mind. They could be in the exact same shape, but the way they see themselves is completely different. The person who sees himself as healthy is going to have such a higher chance of losing weight and getting in the best shape of their life. While the person who already sees themselves as a loser, as defeated, as fat, they're not going to have much of a chance, to be honest, because they've already foreseen that they've failed. And they're going to give up at the first sign of resistance, while the healthy person is naturally going to overcome all of the hurdles and the pain that is associated and just literally comes with losing weight. Because, yeah, losing weight isn't an easy thing, but it's so much easier when you see yourself as a healthy person, not as the fat person. What actually makes seeing yourself as a healthy person, what's so advantageous about that? Well, it's the decisions we make. When you filter your decisions through the eyes and the lens of a healthy person's identity, Okay, actually, I'll back up a little bit and go into a bit about decision making. About 95% of our behaviors are automatic. Like, so you know how driving a car for us right now is automatic? We turn the wheel, step on the accelerator, and we can just zone out and be in our own head. Or we brush our teeth. We don't think about the way our hand moves. When we walk, we don't think about, okay, that leg goes there, that leg goes there. When you ride a bike, yeah, basically there are lots of behaviors that are automatic. And so much of our life is like that, with the way we think, with the way we act, and the habits we have, the routines we have. 95% of it's automatic. So, when you're filtering these automatic decisions through the identity of a healthy person, then those automatic decisions are going to be so much more likely to produce the ones that are helpful, produce the outcomes that you actually want. Like, say you're in a foul mood, you walk past some cookies, you have no emotional control right now, but one person, he just sees himself as a healthy person. He looks at the cookie and says, oh, it's not who I am. Walks by and just doesn't even look at it again. The other person who sees himself as fat, he says, oh, cookie, and just eats it because that's who he is. He doesn't have anything, the identity to tell him, no, that's not me. He just does it. It's automatic. And this is why changing your identity is so fucking beneficial. Because since 95% of our decisions and our actions are automatic, can you see how this starts to come together? And it makes becoming and losing weight so much easier. Like me personally, right now, it's safe to say that I see myself as a healthy person, and I see myself who exercises often. That if I don't get to exercise, I just feel horrible. And that's been built up through years of conditioning. Like, if I don't work out, hit some cardio or do something in like 2 days, I feel like shit. My body feels like shit, and it sends signals that go exercise. While the average fat person, you think their brain works like that? Oh, I haven't worked out in 2 days. Let's go hit a workout. I need to go hit a workout. Oh my god. It's like I'm having a withdrawal symptom. That's like the best way I can actually put it. If I don't exercise or work out in like 2 days, my body goes through withdrawal symptoms. And that's the power of changing your identity to someone who acts more in alignment with what I actually want. Okay, then how do we actually make conscious changes and start changing our identity? It's to start small with progressive overload. So, I don't know if you know this, but progressive overload is a gym term. It's basically used to describe where you progress each week very slowly. So let's say you start going to the gym, you wouldn't expect to bench 140 kilos. No, you'd start with the bar, 20 kilos, and slowly work yourself up to where your body can adapt slowly over time, and then it can actually bench 40 kilos after a few weeks, and then you slowly just go up. So we're going to use that concept in building your identity. We're going to start small. I want you to become conscious of one behavior, one action, just one thing about yourself that you want to change, and then make a change. Make that specific change. Just go journal or go write it down in the comments, or keep it in your mind. What's one change you want to make? Maybe it's, okay, I want to drink less sugary drinks. Because I understand that sugar drinks have a lot of calories in them. Okay, I'm just gonna drink only water for forever. I want to become the type of person that only drinks water. Okay, that's a good identity to work towards. I only drink water. Everything else can don't worry about that. Start small. I'm the type of person that only drinks water. Okay? We're starting small, just over the next month. Just keep telling yourself that over and over again. I am the type of person that drinks only water. I am the type of person that drinks water. You can tell yourself that. You can tell yourself that in front of the mirror. You can tell yourself that in your head. You can write it down. It's up to you, whatever you think works best for you. But yeah, just consciously Whenever you see the other drink or the other thing that you know you shouldn't be doing, just don't do it. Make sure to start autistically small as well, so that you don't pressure yourself into fucking up. Like, if someone, say you wanted to get someone to quit porn, and they're absolutely addicted to it, and they're watching it 7 times a week, and yeah, you wouldn't get them to go cold turkey because that's not gonna work. It just fucking wouldn't. Maybe 1% of people would work. Anyway, you would maybe get them to do 5 times, maybe 4 times the week after, 3 times the week after that, 2 times, then 1. And then hopefully by like the 6th week, wow, okay, their body has adapted to 1 time a week porn. Now let's try 0. That's the type of shit you have to be working towards. Start small, start autistically small, and just slowly progress to the point where it's just natural that you're the type of person that does that behavior. And then the second thing is to audit your environment. Your environment says and determines a lot about your life. The automatic, you know how earlier I told you 95% of our behaviors are automatic? Well, the environment shapes a lot of those automatic behaviors. Because if there's fruit in your environment, you're going to be more likely to eat fruit. If there's junk food literally in front of you all the time, guess what? You're going to eat more junk food. Or if your friends are constantly eating junk food around you, you're going to be eating more junk food. If your friends constantly go out to drink, you're going to be more likely to drink. It's your environment. You need to be your designer. You basically need to design your own life in a way that is conducive to whatever your goal is. So if you want to lose fat, design your life, design your environment to be conducive to losing weight. What does this actually look like in tangible advice? Well, say your friends constantly go out for drinks and that's making you gain weight. Maybe start telling them, oh, I don't drink anymore. Don't tell them, oh, I'm not going to drink tonight. They're going to peer pressure you and that's going to work. Tell them, oh, I don't drink anymore. I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't do X. I don't smoke. That type of reinforcing it reinforces it to yourself. You are the type of person that does it, and your friends will respect that so much more. If you say, oh, I'm not going to drink tonight, half-assed, your friends are going to peer pressure you and you're going to give in within the hour. So, yeah, audit your environment. Yeah, next step. And then the next step is to audit your thoughts. Tell me, what do you think about most of the time? Especially when it's related to losing weight and how you see yourself. Because I know I used to think, oh, losing weight is so hard. I hate exercising. It's such a drag. Oh, healthy food tastes like ass. How do you think? Your thoughts that you have control and are a massive indicator of whether or not you're actually going to lose weight. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't lose weight. Oh, it's so hard. You're going to naturally make it harder for yourself because you believe that it is extremely hard. Now you're going to make it hard for yourself. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's literally, if you think one way and believe it, you're going to make it that way. So you need to slowly start auditing your thoughts and be like, does that really serve me in order to reach my goal? If I think this thought, is it going to help me lose weight? And a lot of these thoughts are not conducive to losing weight. So yeah, those are the 3 ways to change identity. I will be making more videos, more methods, everything to do with losing weight. And that is my mission on this channel. It's to help young men lose weight through identity change, manipulating your behaviors and your habits. So yeah, subscribe to join me on this journey to learn more. And yeah, thanks. Bye.